What's up, guys? Today we're gonna do a little ricer mod for the RX-7 that, for me, can be debatably the most functional ricer mod there is. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure a bunch of you guys have seen that my hood is actually cut out to fit the JZ because the JZ is a really tall motor. If you look at it this way, you can't really tell, but the JZ is really tall, and with a normal hood, this thing would not shut. Even with the vented hood, I'd cut so much out. So, for me, it makes me feel like the vents in this hood don't do that much compared to what they should do. So obviously the vents in the hood are there to let a lot of the hot air out of the hood to get all the hot air out of the engine bay pretty much, right? But because my motor sits pretty much in the vent and covers a lot of it, I guess you would say, I'm sure it does have hot air that's coming out of it, but I feel like just because how high up the motor is in there, it's kind of like stopping a lot of the hot air from coming out. So what I decided to do, what we're gonna do today, our ricer mod, is we're gonna make some hood risers. And honestly, it's not my favorite thing, not my favorite look at all, but as you guys know, I've been having a lot of overheating issues, and maybe this will help get a lot of the hot air out of there, along with the fans as well. I still haven't got those, but we'll just focus on this for now. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about when I say hood risers, pretty much you'll see how your hood pretty much sits with your fender. You put hood risers here, it's pretty much spacers on your hood hinges that will lift the back end of it up however high you want it to. And you'll see it won't sit flush anymore. But what it does is it lets some hot air come out the back of the hood, just because right now it's sealed up because there's a little trim right there. And if you pull the back end of the hood up, it allows hot air to come out this way. So we're gonna make some custom hood risers for this car because I don't want to buy any. As you can see, my motor's really close to the hood. There's space here, there's space there, but my biggest thing is right here on the little, I guess you can say, the timing cover, the timing belt cover. It's super close, and if you look here, if I lift the hood a little bit, you'll see it actually left a line there, because it actually, when the motor rocks or the wind's hitting or whatever, the hood's actually touching that. So another point of having the hood risers is hopefully I'll lift the hood up here a little, ever so slightly, just to get it to keep it from touching, because I really don't feel like trimming this even more and potentially messing up how clean that cut is. So unlike the 240, you can see here the hood actually bolts to the side of it, so you can't just put a spacer there because it won't really lift it up. And I tried to put spacers on the bottom. You can't see it because it's actually under the fender here, but it didn't raise it. So I don't know how you're supposed to do this, but in theory what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a bracket that bolts from the side mount here and extends up. So pretty much, say if the hood will sit here, it'll bolt onto the bracket itself here, come up, and the hood will be held up like that. So that's how we're gonna plan on doing it. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this. If it doesn't look good, then we'll probably end up taking it off, but let's go ahead and get on to making our bracket. So pretty much this is how it's gonna work. Picture this cutout, right? Holes drilled out in there. This is gonna bolt on to the bracket right here, and then we're gonna have those two holes there, and that is where the bolts are gonna go through to meet the hood. So let's go ahead and cut this out and drill the holes out, and then make an exact replica of one, so we have two of them, so we can go on, obviously, on each hinge, and let's bolt her up and see what she looks like. So now we got the plate all cut up, so these two holes will go, the top two will go into the hood, the bottom two will bolt on to the bracket, and I'll lift it about that much. What is that, like an inch? So let's get this on and we'll see what it looks like. The bracket's all bolted up to the hinges, as you can see. So we'll raise it that much, and we got these little slots ovalized, that way we have a little bit of tolerance from where the hood bolts on to move it if we need to. So let's go ahead and get to mounting the hood. Alright, so as you can see, the back of it's a little lifted up now. I don't know. I'm not too crazy about the look, to be honest. As you can see, there's this big old gap now, which should let air escape from there. But honestly, I don't know if it's gonna be enough to do anything. Fitment looks like shit now, but we're gonna see what it looks like with the fenders on, because when I put the over fenders on, it will lift the lip here up a little bit, so the gap will be a little less looking. But as for now, that's done. Let me show you guys what it looks like. Pop the hood here, and pretty much just changes the point of where it mounts onto, and it lifts the hood. And as you can see here, it's still a little close to here, but it does have a little bit more gap. And my throttle body, or my intake, used to actually hit right here, but if you listen carefully, it's actually hitting after I touch it, so that means it's not touching now. So it's hot. I don't know if you can tell, I'm sweating, my hair is a mess. But anyways, let's go ahead and call it a night for this video. Hood risers are installed. Let's see if I keep them on, because you guys know me, I always do things to the car and then a couple days later end up just taking it right back out because I didn't end up liking what it was or what it looked like. So as always, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.